Hello YouTube, how's everyone doing? It's Professional here. So today I told you guys that I'd have another Ghost of Tsushima guide for you guys, and on today's video we're going to be focusing on how to get the longbow with explosive arrows, as well as how to get the flaming sword. So the first thing that we're going to focus on is we're going to focus on the longbow, and in order to get the longbow you would have to go here to Hiyoshi Springs, and this is in the first province in Izuna, and the quest is called the Curse of Uchitsun. Now in order to unlock this quest, you need to complete Lady Masako's tale, the Sensei's tale, and Ryuzo's tale. So you need to complete those first three missions early on in Act 1. And then if you talk to a random NPC, he will recommend that you go to this location, but I believe that as long as you complete those three story missions and you go here, it'll also pop up. So let's talk to the monk right now, and let's watch this little cutscene in which he explains the tale.
Long ago, an emperor and his palace were plagued by a winged demon. The emperor sent for Uchitsune, the most renowned archer of his time, who wielded a bow blessed by a kami. When the demon next came, Uchitsune was ready, longbow in hand. His aim was truer, and his arrows flew farther than any archers in Japan. Uchitsune loosed a single arrow. It pierced the demon's heart. As it fell to the ground, it cursed Uchitsune with its final breath. Soon after, Uchitsune saw the forms of the demon everywhere. His legendary bow never missed, but each arrow that hit its mark was met with a very human scream. The trail of bodies led to his capture. Though many called for Uchitsune's death, the emperor felt pity for him. Uchitsune was banished to Tsushima Island. He died years later, alone and forgotten by all but a few. The demon-slaying longbow has remained hidden here since his passing. Some say it awaits a worthy master. Others believe it still holds the demon's curse.
First or not, the bow sounds powerful.
Take care, my lord. The bow inspires darkness in those who seek it.
I'll bear that in mind. The question is where to begin looking.
To quiet his mind, Uchitsune often walked the coast, obsessed with the blue hydrangeas that grew there. Perhaps they'll provide a clue.
Okay, so right after that cutscene, you will start the quest to look for the longbow. Now, you will be instructed to go along the coast, and the map will show you a general vicinity, a circle around, in which you have to look for a specific location. So you're going to be looking for the blue flowers, and you're going to follow the blue flowers, and you're going to follow them to this rock formation here. It's a big rock formation, be very hard to miss right on the coast. And you go right down here, and you just go inside. And when you go inside here, you will find your first clue. You will find a picture of an island. And once you find that picture of an island, just get outside, and there will be a man dressed as a demon that will fire arrows at you. He will warn you 3 times about looking for the bow, and just be prepared. Make sure that you have good armor and you have your resolve filled up, because at the very end of this quest, you will be fighting a boss. So we pick up that picture, we look at that picture, it's an island. Now we go further up the coast. The island is this one right here on the map, and the island is very difficult to miss. The island is literally covered in just blue flowers. So just get over the island. When you get over the island, just swim across, and when you go inside the island here, you will find your next clue. Now, the next clue here, this will be a mountain. Once you look at it, your map will update, showing you a general vicinity of where the location is, and you can use this picture as a frame of reference of what the area looks like. So as you're about to leave the island, you meet the guy that's dressed as a demon again, and he will warn you to stay away from the bow, that it is cursed. So right after that cutscene, what we are going to do is we're going to go to the next location, and I personally recommend to fast travel to Sensei Ishikawa's dojo. He's the archer sensei that you meet early on in the story. If you have to complete his mission anyways in order to unlock this mythic tale, so you should have the fast travel point unlocked. So there's fast travel there, and when you fast travel there, you can just turn to the side here, and you will see the mountain covered in blue flowers. So once that is done, we are going to go over to the mountain. Now, once we go over to the mountain right here, we will find the bow, and now we will have this cutscene play out. Let me play this for you guys.
Uchitsune's longbow. Where am I?
The bow is cursed. You will see nothing but death to the end of your days.
First, I'll drive the Mongols from our home. After that, I'll worry about curses.
You see, the demon will haunt you.
Curse of Uchitsune.
So after we defeat that boss, we can now use the longbow, and you can talk to any bowcaster and have the longbow upgraded. And just like with the halfbow, you need supplies, bamboo, waxwood, and yew wood in order to upgrade it. And the major difference between the longbow and the halfbow is that the longbow does more damage and has much more range. And it also has better zoom on it as well. It can also use explosive arrows versus with the halfbow, which uses fire arrows. Now, with the longbow, it also reloads slower, and it carries roughly half the amount of arrows that the halfbow carries. Let me show you guys some gameplay of me using the longbow here with explosive arrows, just so you guys see what it does. Now, to get the flaming sword, there is going to be some spoilers here, minor spoilers though. This you can only unlock in the final province in the game, so in Act 3. And when you are in Act 3, you have to retake Jogaku Temple. When you retake Jogaku Temple, the quest is a little bit north of it here. It is called here the Undying Flame. And you go up to here and you meet this monk. You can also talk to an NPC that will mark the location here, but I believe that the location will spawn either way if you go up there. So you talk to the monk, and the monk will tell you about the flaming sword, and that it is on top of the mountain. Once you finish the conversation, you have to start climbing the mountain. So let's watch this little conversation here as he talks to the monk.
Almost lit.
Will the fire not light?
No, my lord. The wood is too wet, and my hands too cold.
Let me try. Never been so cold. You'd be better off somewhere warmer.
As would you, my lord. For now, share the fire with me, and listen to the tale of this mountain. Long ago, fire fell from the sky and landed atop Mount Jogaku. A lone warrior braved the dangerous climb and found a giant rock covered in flames. He touched his sword to the fire. Flames engulfed the steel, but left him unharmed. He created a new fighting style he called the Way of the Flame. The warrior took pieces of the rock west with him to China. There he sought answers about its origin from learned monks and scholars. After months of travel and research, fire fell from the sky once more. He led the people to it and showed them it was nothing to fear. For he believed the Way of the Flame was a gift from the heavens, and he shared its secrets with all who wished to learn. Handed down through generations, the Way of the Flame has returned to Tsushima. The Mongols wield it against our people. But rumor says the fire still burns atop Mount Jogaku, waiting for any who can survive the climb.
So you wish to know if the tale is true? Will you make the climb?
Not I, my lord. I told the story to a Ronin not long ago, and he began the climb. Though I fear the cold will take him.
I'll find what secret the mountain hides.
Now let me show you guys how to climb the mountain because it gets a little confusing. So what we're going to do is we're going to run across the icy waters there, and we're going to run up to this flame. Don't go this way, this is a little confusing, I thought you had to go that way. You're going to have to run up to each fire, because if you don't run up to each fire, you are going to freeze if you stand in the cold for too long, so you got to constantly keep moving. And you will have actually wolves and bears that will attack you up on this mountain. So just take this route that I'm doing, run up here, stand by the fire for a few seconds, let it warm you up, and then continue moving. And look, right here we got a wolf, we deal with that wolf. Run across here, use this grappling hook, jump up here. We're going to be moving up here now. Now, this part confused me a little bit. I actually died here once because I didn't realize you had to climb up this. So you got to climb up this, go up here, go up next to the fire. There's some supplies here. Stand around here for a few seconds. You'll warm up. Now, in this section, you will get attacked by a bunch of wolves. Kill all the wolves. And then right after you kill the wolves, just run back to the fire here and just warm up. This will give you more health and it'll give you longer time in the cold. So just run back. Climb up these rocks here, climb up this, go to the top, there will be another fire right here. Warm up next to it, there's an NPC here, you can have a conversation with them, pick up the supplies again. The NPC will tell you that he's trying to climb the mountain, but he's given up at this point here, but he thinks that you will make it. Again, it's optional, you don't have to engage in this conversation if you don't want to. So once we're done talking to that NPC, we run over here, run into this little valley area. Again, I'm speeding this clip up just to save time. I don't want this video to be too long. Okay, so right here, we climb this on the left side. Climb up across this. Move across this tree that fell here. Use the hook on that tree. Use the hook again. Climb up this. And now this part could get a few players killed. A few people didn't realize that you had to actually ignite this. So there's a few campsites here. You have to ignite this. The other ones are automatically ignited. These, you have to ignite them. But the second you hit R2 on them, you should be good. So pick up the supplies there. And then continue moving. Go this way. Go across this rope here. Jump on this branch. Use the grappling hook. Now in this part, you're going to want to be careful. I'm going to show you guys what I mean by that right here. Jump right here and ignite the fire. Once you ignite the fire there, continue moving. Warm up for the fire here. Make sure to take the supplies because there's a decent amount of supplies here. And now in this part, I nearly died here. I actually got pretty surprised by what happens. When you climb up here, there will be a bear. Do not run to the left side like I did. I ran to the left side thinking that's the way you had to go, but you actually have to jump to the right side. And you can avoid the bear. I actually recommend avoiding the bear. Don't even bother fighting the bear. Just run away from it. I got kind of trapped here, so I made a mistake, but just run up here, jump across here. And once you jump across here, you will be at the dojo. Up here, you will meet Beto Maru, and Beto Maru will teach you the Way of the Flame. But in order to learn the Way of the Flame, you are going to have to defeat him in a duel. And I didn't think he was that challenging to defeat. The only thing I thought was challenging was trying to ignite the fire in the middle of the fight, because you can use the ability in the middle of the fight. The best tip that I can give for defeating him is every single time he ignites his blade, you cannot parry his blade attacks when his sword is on fire. So basically what I recommend doing is run around, keep rolling or keep dodging him, and wait until his sword is not on fire anymore. When the fire disappears, at that point, let him attack you, parry him, and then hit him. I'll move on to the fight right here.
The way of the flame is unforgiving. Now, strike your sword against your piece of the rock. Once more, let the way of the flame guide you. Yes, like that. Our fight ends here, my lord.
Good. The Way of the Flame is not meant for friendly rivals. I will wield it well against the enemies of Tsushima.
You have learned the Way of the Flame. Never forget it is a gift that fell from the heavens, Lord Sakai.
So right after you're done here, just go right here to descend Mount Jogaku, and now you just need to talk to the monk to end the quest.
It was a treacherous climb, but I've learned the Way of the Flame.
It's unruly and powerful, my lord. Take care the flames do not burn you.
The Way of the Flame will only consume the Mongols.
So that's the end of that quest there, and in order to use the flaming sword, you have to use incendiary oil. You will be able to find this in the world and enemy camps and also buy it from the trapper, and this makes your sword do a lot more damage. Just make sure that when you use incendiary oil on the sword that you are able to attack, because it only lasts for a few seconds. But right here, you guys see just how effective it is, and these are some of the most elite enemies in the game that I'm killing. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, drop a like, and if you're new to my channel, enjoy my content, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everyone.